If you're struggling in life and you feel like there's something just wrong and you don't know what it is and you're feeling cloudy and this and that, I think the best thing to do is just go outside. Please, for the love of God, go outside. Being able to be with yourself and do simple things, maybe like taking a walk or looking at the trees or the birds. It's becoming springtime where I live in the United States. And I feel like one thing that a lot of us may take for granted as we grow older and turn into adults is we just don't enjoy the outdoors. There's just something so nice about being outside with nature and just like understanding that you exist, like you're a human being. And just being outside is such a nice privilege, especially on a really good day. Now it's starting to become spring season, and a lot of people deal with things like seasonal depression or depression in general, or just not being able to think clearly. And one thing that really helped me in the past couple months was literally going for walks and just looking around the neighborhood and waving to people and saying hello and being just kind. Being kind and friendly will get you so far. Even if it doesn't mean a lot to you, those people will remember you and they'll be like, oh, that's that person that I saw a couple days ago. Small gestures like that will go a long way, especially if you just want to feel better about your life. Being outside might not just be a nature thing. Maybe it's going out to hang out with friends or going to the mall. I know it's kind of weird. No one really goes to the mall anymore. But sometimes doing things in life that isn't just cooping yourself up in your room or doing nothing after a long shift at work, things like that will just help you just feel more positive about yourself and get out of that runt of just like feeling like nothing, like the same day cycle. It just stinks. For example, when I was working retail, one thing that I struggled with a lot was exactly what I was talking about. I would wake up at like 2, maybe 12 p.m. and I'd go to work at 1, I'd get out at 9, and then I do the cycle, same thing over and over. And I would just be kept and just cooped up in this room, man. Like after I got home from work because it was a long day. And on my days off, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't do anything. I would just play games and eat food and just, try and relax. Well, if you want to get out of that mindset and just like be more positive, even about work or just certain things, is just go do things. If your friends ask you to go to a place, like for example, I don't know, a bar. If you're my age, I'm 23. So a thing that my friends like to do is they like to go to places like barcades where you'll be able to play arcade games and drink and do things like that. And back then when I was working at the retail store, I would brush them off because I'm too tired from work. But that's when you have to go. That's when you have to push yourself out there and just do things that you will enjoy in the long run. Like at the first initial point where you get asked and you're like, I don't want to do it, just go do it. Because those situations, you don't get them a lot in life, and you never know when you could be just leaving this earth. Like you could die in a few days, a few hours, or a few years from then, and you don't know. The same with your friends. Your friends could move away, get a different job, move states, do things like that. Like there's certain situations where I feel like you just have to say yes and go outside. Yes, it's cool to be home and enjoy your own time and relax and be normal, I guess. Watch TV, do your hobbies, things like that. But just do different things. That's all you have to do in life, and you'll feel better. I'm telling you. I know it's easier said than done, but the more you do it, the more you'll just be thankful in the long run. And you'll look back at it in a few months, maybe a few weeks, or even a couple of years, and you'll be like, hey, do you remember that time I went out to the bar with you, or we did this and that? And certain situations happen, and just your life just gains more lore. I know it's weird to say lore, but like you literally just gain more experience in just life in general. And I think that's a positive thing. If you want to continue to be positive and just not be stuck in the same mindset of, my life's so boring and I want to do things, just go do it. Like actually just go do it. It's so simple, and you just have to say yes. Just keep saying yes. And if you want to feel even better, you literally just have to stop doom scrolling. Like I'm telling you, I've told my friends this so many times. Like I even run into it. I catch myself doing it. But like I'll sit in bed or like, I don't know, on the couch. I'll play like Clash of Clans and I'll just spam TikTok after like doing a raid or whatever on Clash. And I'll just spam TikTok for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Like very unhealthy amounts of TikTok. And it's not because of some dopamine thing. I just mean that you're wasting so much time taking in certain content that just doesn't really help you. Sometimes, yes, they do help. Like, for example, if you do like hopecore style videos that you like a lot, like for example, I get a bunch of like Vinland Saga, like motivational stuff, you know, and things like that, which is great. But then there's like you just watching brain rot, like Tim Cheese, how John Pork just got assassinated by Chim Cheese, stuff like that. Like, that's fun. Like, you know, that's fun stuff. But if you're like constantly consuming that for like hours on hours and hours on end, your life is just gonna be slowed down. And then by the time you're done doom scrolling, it's like 12 a.m. Or even if you doom scroll like late at night, like right before bed, and you scroll for like 3 hours, and all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. and you're like, dang, I gotta wake up at 12 or maybe 10 to go to work or something like that. Part of you is just going to like slowly but surely die. And I think it's okay to do it, but not every single day. Like, please, 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 just put the phone down. Go do something, develop a hobby. Recently, what I've been doing is I've been building like these knockoff Lego sets of like Pokemon. I think it's called like Mega Brick or something like that. And recently I've been making a Golbat. And when I find myself doing like just non-stop TikTok, what I'll do is like I'll be like, oh, I gotta stop this, and then I'll start working on the Golbat that I'm working on, and I'll watch maybe a show in the background or YouTube. I'll watch some Sam Solik, or I'll finish like Invincible. I've been watching Invincible season 3, and that's like small things that you could do or that I've done to improve my life and not be so obsessed with just looking at my phone. Another thing that I've done, which I've talked about earlier in the video, is just go for walks. Like, I'm lucky enough to have a dog here where I could just walk freely and just go out and do things, and that's amazing. Some people might not have that luxury. Maybe you don't, and you just live in like a city and it's just not a nice town and you just can't go for walks. Well, there's probably certain other things you could do if you have a license, or you can take the bus, go to like the mall like I've said, or just go to a location that is safe enough for you to go do things. The moral of the story is, if you want to feel better and just like enjoy life a bit more, stop being so obsessed with your phone, because it really do be your phone. I know parents say it a lot, and as kids and you grow up and you're like, nah mom, it's not the phone or the games or things like that, but it really is. Like, it actually is your phone. And I think a big portion of wanting to be healthier and just enjoying life more is just remembering that, like, take breaks. Like, it's okay to scroll at night. Like I do. Every time before I go to bed, I usually tend to hit the hay at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., like, you know, lights off, everything. But I'll like scroll on TikTok, or I'll watch YouTube for like an hour before bed. That's totally fine. Some people might disagree with me, but like, if you catch yourself watching and like consuming maybe content that makes you sad or certain things because you just want to feel something to like 2, 3, 4 a.m., that's bad. That's a no-go for me. That means I'm just feeding things to myself that just isn't worth my time. You got to remember to invest in yourself. If you're doing that, you're not investing in yourself. You're actually, in the long run, hurting yourself, because you're ruining your sleep. And you're also making your mind think about things that you shouldn't be thinking about. Like, for example, a big thing with me, I've caught myself doing it, is like, I'll watch like certain things about like, you know, I didn't have this or I didn't have that, and I'll catch myself thinking, man, like I never got to experience that or enjoy something like that, and I'll get really sad, and I'm just like, dude, what's my problem? Like, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be consuming this type of content if I know it's gonna make me feel a certain way. Maybe I'm just too self-aware, and maybe you guys feel the same, but just be better about it, and your life will just make more sense, and you'll feel healthier, dude. Like, so much can change so quick by like changing small habits in your day, like things that I've described. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like or subscribe, and have a good one, guys. Peace.